I travel for conferences a few times a year, and I always try to book decent hotels, ones with clean lobbies, well-lit halls, and digital keycards. Nothing sketchy. It's time. It was a 4-night stay in Portland. I figured it was just the building settling or something in the ductwork. I didn't think much of it. I was presenting early each morning, so I was usually back in my room and asleep before 10. My room was on the 7th floor, 713, with a clear view of the river and no other buildings nearby. It felt private, safe. The first 2 nights were uneventful, except for a strange metallic clanging I heard once coming from the air vent. But on the 3rd morning, I woke up to find my suitcase unzipped. But it felt wrong. Not wide open, just barely ajar, right? The zipper was about an inch down from where I'd left it. My laptop bag, which I always place at the foot of the bed, was on the floor. I assumed maybe I'd knocked it off in my sleep. Caught. But then I noticed something else. My room keycard was on the bathroom counter. Caught. The silence was thick, like the world had hit pause. I never leave it there. I told myself I must have just been tired. Maybe I moved it and didn't remember. Maybe the zipper slid a little on its own. That night, I couldn't shake the unease. I wedged a chair under the doorknob and placed one of the coffee mugs on top of it, something I'd seen in an old movie. We went into a back office with 3 monitors and an old desktop computer. There was only one other guest room past mine on that side. I even left the bathroom light on. It's just enough to keep the room from going fully dark. Entered room 713. The hallway remained empty for hours. No movement. The woman behind the counter seemed surprised, but nodded. Is something wrong? I fell asleep around 10:30. At 2:41 a.m., I woke up in a cold sweat. The room was silent, no AC hum, no hallway noise. That's when I noticed the mug was gone. The chair was still under the handle, unmoved. He wore a black hoodie with the hood up, gray cargo pants, and no shoes. His head was tilted, like he was listening through the door. He didn't knock, didn't use a keycard. But the mug I'd balanced on top of it wasn't on the floor, wasn't on the desk. Motion blur, or it was back on the tray by the coffee maker, neatly placed. Can I see the footage after that? See him leave? Owen exited room 713. I rewound and watched every second after 2:41. The man never came back out. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. The next morning I went straight to the front desk and asked politely if they had security footage of the hallways. I told her I thought someone had come into my room while I was sleeping. She paled. Room 713. That made my stomach sink. Okay, she said the manager would review the footage with me, just to be sure. It's the hallway camera for the 7th floor faced the elevator. We started from 10 o'clock p.m. At 10:17, saw myself return from the ice machine with a soda. Then, at 2:41 a.m., the timestamp ticked over and the hallway camera glitched. Just for a second, a faint flicker of static. Then the frame showed a man standing in front of my door. I'll never forget how he looked. He just stood there. And then he turned and walked in. The door didn't open. He didn't break stride. He just passed through it. I sat, frozen, mouth dry. The manager rewound and played it again. That has to be a glitch, he whispered, more to himself than me. I shook my head. We fast-forwarded. Nothing. We checked the lobby cameras. All exits. Every floor. He never showed up again. I checked out early. Drove 8 hours straight without stopping for food. I didn't care. I just needed distance. Thought that was the end of it. But last night, in my apartment 2 states away, I woke up at 2:41 a.m. The sound that woke me, a soft metallic clink, like a mug being gently set down on a counter. I got up, heart racing, and walked slowly to my kitchen. Every drawer and cupboard was closed. But one coffee mug, the same kind they used at the hotel, was sitting neatly on the edge of my sink. Live alone, and I don't even own that brand of mug.